go. There we go. All right, cool. So beautiful people. If everybody can do me a favor, drop the chat box in one word what you're grateful for. Because I want to see all the millionaires. I have to see y'all faces because I can say, man, I remember on January 5th, whatever the date is, that they were talking about the wealth. They were talking about the abundance. They were talking about the overflow. We had this gratitude, and they were talking about what it is that they wanted to desire. So guys, drop in the chat box, what's something that you are believing for this year? Drop in the chat box, what's something that you're believing for this year? What are we believing for? Talk to me. What's one thing that you are believing for this year? Platinum 1000. Platinum 1000. Pay off my debt. All right. So Trevon, I want you to say paid in full from now on. I don't ever want you to say the word debt. I want you to say paid in full. Paid in full. That's what I did, and it literally happened 2 weeks later. All right. Learning the language of trading, impact and purpose, financial free, paid in full. There we go. I see it. Oh, shoot. Paid in full. On my own. Everybody drop them paid in full. I guess we all on the same page with that, right? Learning how to trade. There we go. There we go. There we go. What is one thing that you are believing for in 2021, ladies and gentlemen? Blessing to my family. Now I ain't got time for this tonight. I hope this connection stay right on this computer. It does stay right. I'm grateful. Now, if my computer starts to cut up, y'all let me know because I definitely want to go Instagram live with this. My goal is to start going live with our calls. So let's rock and roll. So we got 3 more minutes, guys. So check this out. So if you want to share 15-second gratitude, drop a 21 in the chat box. If you want to come and share your 15 seconds of gratitude, drop a 21 in the chat box. Mr. Moody, you alive and well. Let's go, bro. What you got?
What's poppin', B? What's poppin', family? Much love, light, peace, and blessings. I'm super happy and grateful for another day to get better in mind, body, and spirit. Super happy and grateful for my family. I'm grateful for G-Dub, the plug for show. Gotta know that. Grateful for this company, man. Christopher Terry, Isaac De La Torre, our amazing leadership. I'm grateful for abundance and health, wealth, and love. I'm grateful for life itself, grace, awareness. Man, I'm just grateful for everything. I'm grateful for being a $1 million trader, $1 million earner. I'm just grateful, man. Whatever you do, don't just live life, love life. Let's get it.
Listen, I'm just live life, love life. I love it. Everything. Amen to everything you said. I love it. Let's go. We got Miss Lisa in the building. 15 seconds of gratitude, Miss Lisa. What you got? Uh-oh. You might mute at least.
Sorry. I'm just like talking over here. I'm so happy and grateful for this opportunity, for the chance to just be a huge blessing in so many people's lives, find freedom, have it all paid in full, and just the person that I am becoming already. It's been such a short time, and I just know that 2021 is going to be the best freaking year ever.
Let's go. I got one thing for you guys, Miss Lisa. I want you to say 2020 is the best year.
2021 is the best year ever.
I'm with it. Is the best year. I love it. Let's go. Everybody paid in full on the line. We got Miss Harlan in the building. What you got, Miss Harlan? 15 seconds of gratitude. Talk to me.
Hey, family. How y'all doing?
Amazing.
I just want to say that I'm always grateful for life. To keep it and then 1% and better every day.
You good?
I know what's going on. I'm grateful for the awareness. I'm grateful for just generational wealth in its entirety, all the gems that are being dropped, and definitely all the valuable information that's just been going on since 2021 started. And like you said, I already know 2021 too. And I'm coming for P1000, so I'm grateful for that.
Hey, come on in. Come on in. Welcome on in the room. All right, I'm super excited, guys. Well, let's rock and roll. Just one more favor, drop one more reminder to everybody, tell them to hop on the call. Every team chat that you're a part of, even outside of GW, guys, just flood everybody chat. Tell them to come on in the room. All right. So we are rocking and rolling in just a second. All right, cool. So I'm excited. I want to talk about a few things that I've just been studying on repeat, being able to banish fear, how to reprogram yourself, and ensuring that you're saying the right things to yourself, and ensuring that you understand how you're speaking, being aware of how you're talking to yourself. Okay, it's very, very important. How you speak to yourself is so important. Instagram, what's up, family? It's your girl, Be Real. We here in live with our mastery call, guys. Y'all say something, just make some noise real quick for IG. Let them know y'all in the building. I'm super excited for those of y'all.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
So let's go. What's up, beautiful people? So I'll be talking to Angel tonight. I want to start the year off making sure I pour value, working. So tonight I want to talk about basically, being able to banish fear, being aware of how you're speaking to yourself. A lot of people are saying certain words and certain things that causes everything to keep happening. You're like, man, why am I not having a good day? Why does everything keep happening to me? Right? Everything keep happening. Everybody ever felt like that before? Why does everything keep happening to me? If you ever felt that before, drop some ones in the chat box for me, right? Because I really understand everything is happening to you because you simply don't understand you're causing it to happen to you by simply how you speak. All right, simply how you're feeling. All right, so we have to really lock in on that because going forward, you cannot be prepared for an extraordinary year if you're not aware of how to operate. Let's start there. I can't. We hear that all the time, but you gotta really implement it. I can't. CANT apostrophe. All right. All of these negative suggestions, all the things you're saying all the time. Another thing I don't want y'all to say is or you can't, I can't, you'll fail, I'll fail, right? Because you're saying it to create it. I don't know how to do this. I'm a fail. I'm not smart enough. I can't, right? I don't know if I can build this business. It's not what you know, it's who you know. No. No. All right. I don't know if I can trade. I don't know if I'm smart enough. Nobody cares about me. Right. Understand the things that you're saying is navigating what's coming back to you. You literally have a boomerang. You have a boomerang effect. If you're sending it out, it's coming right back in. Right. I'm not gonna find love. Love is for the birds. I can't find everybody not good. Like what? You got to be careful what you're saying. Watch out. You're gonna get sick. Watch out for the virus. Watch out for these things. You literally have these paranoias or these negative experiences or suggestions that you're throwing out into the universe, and you're telling them to come back to you. I've said this all the time. Never give your challenges, never give the things that you're trying to not think about power by speaking about them. All right. Stop giving power to the things you don't want to attract. Stop giving power to the things that you don't want to have in your life. Speaking about it creates power. Somebody drop power in the comments in the chat box. Drop power. All right. I don't want you to keep speaking life, turning on the light bulb to the things that you don't want. All right. Because if you're not aware, you're not going to banish the things that you don't want. All right. I'm going to say that one more time. Drop power in the comments in the chat box. Right? You can begin to reprogram yourself, right? So like in our call up here on the Zoom, guys, we literally open up doing gratitude. We always say what we're grateful for. So I said, guys, drop in the chat box what you're grateful for. Then I say for 15 seconds, I want you to speak about what you're grateful for. And notice how I've been starting to say, hey, don't say this. Like for guys on IG, somebody shared they wanted to pay off their debt. Well, you merely said the word debt. Saying that is giving the debt power. So you're saying, hey, I don't want debt, but because your mind is focused on the word debt, it's going to find a way to create more. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Your subconscious mind don't know when you playing. It don't know what's a joke. It don't know. It's just accepting. Right? It's submissive. All right. It's literally like your mind is the dictator and your subconscious is the economy. Come on, B. Your mind is the dictator and your subconscious is the economy. Right. So what are you dictating in your life? You got to be aware of that. You got to be aware. So whatever you say is what is accepted. And the subconscious mind is the factory, it's the workshop, and it's saying, go out there and create some more debt. All right. So that's why I said, don't say the word debt. What I say paid in full. Say paid in full. Because what? It feels different. Don't it feel different from saying paid in full? Yes or no? It's a whole different. Come on. Thank you. It feels so different when I say it in full, right? And another step I want y'all to do, this is what I did in December. I had printed off all of the things that needed to be paid in full. And I wrote big in red, it says paid or blue text. It said paid in full on everything. I couldn't even see the number no more. I could only see paid in full. So every time I would look over it, I had this big financial board. Matter of fact, let me bring it over here to y'all. Y'all give me a second. I want y'all to know I ain't playing. I am not playing. I want y'all to see how serious I am. I had about eight different documents on this board. This thing was packed up. Y'all see that word, paid in full? Y'all see that? Paid in full. I wanted y'all to see that. I wasn't playing. All right. And it's all blue. I ain't want to see no red. I don't know, there might be a paradigm, but I want to make sure it said paid in full because that's the only thing that I could see. That's very, very important as well, guys. So going forward, what are you seeing? What are you seeing and what are you saying? Remember, you can't truly take over 21 if you're not even aware of those things. So I want to bring awareness to you on tonight. Be careful what you're speaking. Don't give the things that you don't want in your life authority by speaking about them. If you don't want to be with that person, stop talking about them. If you don't love that job, stop talking about it. Right? I'm tired of this job. First of all, you need to have gratitude where you are. Stop talking about the things you don't want. Somebody drop in the chat box, don't want. We got to stop talking about the things we don't want. I'm only going to speak about the things I want. I'm only going to speak about the things that I'm passionate about. All right? So we're never going to speak about it. I don't want nobody to leave my business. I don't want my trading account. I don't want. No. This is the last time you saying don't want. All right. The last time y'all are going to say don't want. All right. We're only going to speak about what it is that we want and what it is that we're attracting in our life. All right. So now that we understand that this year's a year, this is the year of acceleration. This is the year that, listen, we're going to have this year was such an extraordinary year. This year was so full of so much growth and abundance and opportunity and overflow. This year was so amazing. Oh my goodness. I mean, guys, and I told you guys this not too long ago, what is it that you want? You can't replace the don't with something. It can't be void. It can't be blurry. You have to be very, very certain about what it is that you want, right? You got to really be specific about what it is that you want, because now that we're never saying the D word anymore, I don't want, right? Now we're going to replace it with all those things that we want in our life, but you got to know what it is that you want. You can't go out here and try to pursue things with a blurry vision. God said, I will give you the desires of your heart, but he said, I can't create if you don't know what it is that you want. It's so simple to believe, and you got to be able to exercise your faith. You got to lean into that. Some people are very, very uncomfortable trusting the unseen. I was speaking to Angela earlier. I said, Angela, do you know it brings me so much peace? For instance, if I'm in pursuit of something and I get to that space where it's like, oh man, I really don't know what to do. If I get to that space where I'm like, man, I really don't know what's supposed to happen next, I get so excited. I get so fired up because I know it's time for me to close the curtain. I know it's time for me to close the curtain. Guess why? Because the main performance is coming from God. Because the main stage is coming from God. See, I'm just a preview. I'm just the trailer to what God is doing in my life. So I know I can only perform to my ability. I can perform to my level of awareness. So now I got to move off the stage and I got to give introduction for the man in the hour, because he's going to come in and show y'all what his glory is like. Does that make sense? Yes or no? That's why you got to have peace in the unknown, because every single time he shows up. So, but when you're speaking, I don't know how, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I don't have the experience, I don't have the knowledge, I don't have the personality, I don't have the words, I don't have no love, don't nobody like me, I'm bankrupt, I'm broke. When you say all these things, guess what? It's also happening. It's still showing up in your life. I love in Outwitting the Devil. He says, a lot of people don't even need me. A lot of people don't even need me because they already are destroying themselves simply by how they're feeling about themselves and simply with how they're speaking. You're literally just an indirect reflection of what the devil can do. You're an indirect reflection of what the enemy can do, because you can do it by yourself. He didn't need it. He said, shoot, I ain't gotta mess their life up. They messing it up on by themselves. I appreciate you. Dudes, hey, I appreciate you, bro. You just messed up your own life. I did not have to go to that house. You just saved me some time. So stop giving the enemy credit when credit was not even due. You did that. You spoke that. You believed that. You felt that. So going into this year, ladies and gentlemen, in this year, in this moment, this is the best year of your life. This was the best year. This was the most exciting. It was the most overflow. It was the most abundance. It was the most opportunity. But guess what? It could also be. It could be the most ruined. It could be the most depressed. It could be the most challenging, right? But all of those things are going to come from simply how you're feeling and what you're speaking, right? So that's why I tell you guys, don't ever say that stuff anyway, because you're giving yourself negative. I'm gonna look at it this way. I always tell people worry is like praying for the worst. Worry is praying for the worst. So I don't understand. Let me ask y'all a question. Have you ever been in a challenge? And I believe in God, but whatever you believe in, God showed up right on time. Have y'all ever had a right on time experience? Yes or no? Have you ever had a right on time experience? Yes or no? A right on time experience. Have y'all had a right on time experience? Like, man, God showed right on time. If you have a right on time experience on Instagram, drop right on time in the chat box. Zoom, if y'all ever had a right on time experience, drop ROT in the chat box, right? ROT. Anybody have a right on time experience, right? Because I want to understand, that's where all peace resides. That's what I was talking about. You cannot be, this is what you got to get to. You got to get to the point that your prayers don't counteract what God can do in your life. You got to get to a point where your beliefs and your prayers do not counteract what God can do to your life. Because that's what a lot of people do. He be like, I'm about to go over here and fix this situation. And then you be like, I don't need that. I don't believe that. I don't have that. And he be like, oh, well, I guess let me go this way. Let me go somewhere where somebody actually desires me in their life. Let me go somewhere where somebody actually desires me for in your life. I was going to come and save you. I was about to come and do what I always do. I was coming to do what I'm known to do. I was coming to do what I'm perfect at. I was coming to do what I'm perfect at. I was about to be right on time. But what you did was allowed how you feel to reject what God can do in your life. You allow how you feel. You allowed your sight to reject what God can do in your life. So now nothing is manifesting. Nothing is going into creation because your part was to what? Code. You was, listen, come on, B. You had the CO part. You had the CO part. You were before. You were before God. You were before. You had the CO part. Co-create. You're supposed to be partnership. You're supposed to do the co part. All right. Let's look up the definition of co right quick, because this is about to set this thing all the way up. Let's look up the definition of co. Your part was to co. All right. Prefix. All right. The definition of co means with, together, jointly, associated with, in action with one another, right? Having, oh my goodness, do y'all know what the second definition is? Having a usually lesser share in responsibility. Woo! Having a usual, come on, B, having a lesser share of responsibility. Oh my goodness, you are only supposed to be the co-part of co-creating. You are supposed to share the lesser responsibility. You were supposed to be the person to do the lesser. Goodness gracious. Come on, B. You were supposed to be the of the creator. That's where the peace resides. So if you understand you have a ROT God, if you have a right on time God, and you're supposed to be the and you're supposed to do things of lesser responsibility, all of that should bring you peace, because if you back test and look at history, you know he's been what? Right on time. Right on time. So why in the world does the blood of worry reside in you? In the world does giving concern reside in you? Because you have the audacity to keep forgetting that 2021 was already done. You have the audacity to keep forgetting. I don't understand, if he's been right on time, how do you forget all the time? How do you F-A-T? Forget all the time. Y'all know what I'm saying? You're fat-headed folks forget all the time. These fat-headed folks keep forgetting that he's R-O-T. Do y'all understand? Listen, for things to rot, it has to take over something. Okay? For things to rot, it has to be abandoned. For things to rot, it has to be left alone. Come on, B. For things to rot, it has to sit somewhere and be left alone. And the rotting experience takes place without anybody's help. The rotting experience takes place without your help. You leave the burger there, the burger is going to rot. You leave it in position, you let it be still, and you do nothing. How about y'all let God take over you? How let you let God rot in your life? He's right on time, and you can let him rot. He's going to take over you. He's going to consume you. All you got to do is sit still. All you got to do is sit still and let him consume you. It's that simple. Sit still and let him consume you. So in this 2021 experience, guys, you want to be able to what? Take over what you're saying. You want to be very, very aware how you're speaking and how you're feeling. It's so important. Let me tell y'all something. They call it a two-way prayer. Those of y'all who've been studying with me, you understand what I'm about to say, what I'm about to go into. It's something called a two-way prayer. What is a two-way prayer? Where you've been praying for the new job. Oh, man. B, I'm about to get me this new job. I'm about to look for a new job. Okay, bro, good. Let's pray about it, affirm it. It's already yours. You speaking it into the universe, but when you leave the prayer, when you exit your room, when you exit your conversation, you be like, man, I don't even know if I'm really going to get this job. I don't really know if I'm qualified. I don't really know if they're going to pay me what I want. I don't. The word I told y'all to stop saying. I don't know if I'm qualified. I don't know if they're going to call me. I don't know if I can be able to do this job. I don't know. So what you said was really you didn't want the job. How dare you go try to deliver a message to the creator? But what you said when you left that segment, when you left that moment, was very contradictory to what? Contradictive praying. Contradictive faith, contradictive belief, whatever it is that you want to call it, your feelings are always contradicting what you're saying. But you forgot he's right on time. You forgot to rot. You forgot he's right on time. You forgot to rot. Do you understand that you can and you're the co-part, and you're supposed to usually be in lesser responsibility and lesser duty. Do you know how much peace? Do you know how exciting that is to tell me I ain't got to do all the work to hit $1 million, to tell me I can hit a check? You mean to tell me all I got to do is do lesser to hit my goals? That's what it just told me. I got to do lesser to hit my goals. I simply have to believe and speak right and speak authority with strong conviction and know that it's done in my life. It's so simple, y'all. It's so simple. And I hope y'all are getting this. Don't leave this call tonight and only hear this and you don't go try to figure out how to speak up about yourself, how to speak better about yourself. It is so simple, ladies and gentlemen. So what are you going to be speaking to yourself every single day? If 2021 is your winning year, your best year, are you contradicting what it is that you're wanting to manifest by simply how you're feeling and how you're thinking? Some of y'all have already done it already. Man, I want to lose weight. I'm about to get fine. I'm about to look good. But I don't know if I can stop the bread. I don't know if I can stop eating the meat. I don't know. You have to stop contradicting what it is that you want to manifest. I wonder how many U-turns God done did on a whole bunch of folks. His shoot. 1 minute they got faith and 1 minute they don't. Y'all got him walking in circles. He's so darn dizzy, he don't know what to do. Right? Y'all got God dizzy trying to figure out what y'all want. You got to know what it is that you want, ladies and gentlemen. Instagram, how y'all feeling over there? I hope y'all getting some value. Right? You got to know what it is that you want. But guess what? He's only making a U-turn because you contradicted what you wanted. You contradicting what you wanted. You have to go through a recondition. You got to start being very, very aware of how you're speaking to yourself. All right? You got to start making better impressions. You got to start declaring peace and joy and excitement and opportunity and abundance and light and love and all of these amazing, powerful words. Listen, there's power in the word. It's power in the word, y'all. You have to really understand it. You have to really listen. You got to let that thing sink in. Don't allow a lot of these things that we say just go over your head and you just hear it and it sounds cliche. This is not an Easter speech. This is not a quote. This is not something you're going to read on Google Images. All right? So you have to understand it. So if 21 is your best year yet, what are you going to do to be the best version of yourself? Because you're only going to attract what you are possessing. Please hear this. You only attract what you possess. So if you possess doubt, that's what you're attracting. If you possess procrastination, that's what you are attracting. I don't give a flying fish how many goals you wrote down. I don't care how many vision environments you have up. I don't care how many personal development videos you hear. I don't care how many books you read. I don't care how many conferences you go to. It doesn't matter what you are going to. It matters what's going through you. I'm telling y'all, I see so many people study, read, and all that stuff. And they still end up being the most undeveloped people. I don't understand. I don't get it. I do get it. It takes time because it takes programming. The programming, I don't know how to do this. I don't know if I can do this. This ain't working for me. I can't do this. This ain't being good. That product don't work. That trade ain't good. That book ain't good. I don't know if I can get that job. I don't know if he like me. I don't know if she like me. I don't know if I can save. I don't know if I can afford this house. I don't know if I can do that. They must not care. Don't nobody know me. Oh my goodness. The vomit is really massive. The vomiting, the negative suggestions is really massive. So I need y'all to understand, how are you, listen, this is so cliche, but how do you speak and feel every single day? I'm telling y'all the truth. You can know the Bible back to front. You can know every single quote from Mark Proctor. You can be doing live videos and presentations. You can do all of that. It doesn't matter. What do you feel on the inside is a representation of how you're going to live on the outside. How you feel on the inside is a representation of how you live on the outside. Is so real. Why? You woke up this morning, maybe you didn't have a great day. Maybe you failed. Maybe you woke up late. You got eye crust. Maybe you woke up in the middle of the night. You was behind on your sleep. And then what begins to happen, there's a ripple effect. Why? Because ripple is declining and you feel like your life is declining. You're having a 21 ripple effect. Ripple tanked, your life feel like it's tanking around. Why? Because you woke up not feeling good. May got it. You woke up not feeling good. You woke up, they say, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. You ain't no wrong side of the bed. I woke up on the wrong side of bed. And the minute you say that, you told the universe, she woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Let's go ahead and deliver the worst day of her life. The universe didn't want to bring you a bad day. You spoke it into existence. You spoke it into existence. And you know the worst part about it? Do y'all understand that it's not necessarily what you're saying? Do you understand you can walk around a mute and still have a bad day? You can walk around. Let me ask y'all something, because I know there's people out there who were born deaf in the ears. I know there's people who've been out there who were born and can't see. Born deaf or born blind. They still have bad days. Because it's not what they see, it is not what they hear, it's how they feel. I hope y'all catch this. So you talking about you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Listen, you have to take control of your day. You got to listen, bump that. I woke up late, it's all good. Because what begins to happen? You get late, you running from the police because you done ran through the lights. Your coworker done got on your nerve. You done had a flat tire. You call your boss. The boss done pissed you off. You get to work, don't want to be bothered with nobody because you're pissed off your day. I'm telling you guys, it's a ripple effect. You have to learn how to take control. Somebody drop control in the comments. Control in the chat on Instagram. Control in the comments on Zoom. So drop in the chat. Take control. Drop control. How can you control? All right. How can you control? Well, you got to give some constructive suggestions. You got to wake up and say, it's still a good day. It's still a wonderful day. It's just the best day of my life. Like it says, this is the best day of my life. My CEO, she says, I want y'all to wake up every single day and say, I love my life. I want you to wake up every day and say, I love my life. Why? But you can't just say it, right? Some of y'all out there telling people, this is how I want you to understand this. Y'all ever seen movies or real life couples tell somebody they love them and you know darn well they didn't love that person? Baby, I love you. You be like, he lying. She lying. She don't love him yet. They just met. Y'all ever had somebody like that? You know darn well they ain't in love yet. Yes or no? Maybe you personally been there. Like, dang, she done told me I love her. Now I gotta tell her I love her back. Dang, he done told me he loved me. I gotta tell him I love her. Or you be like, that's cute. That's sweet. That'd be the worst. You tell somebody you love them, you be like, that's cute. Oh, man, that would suck. I love you. That's cute. Right? So I want to put this into perspective. Imagine you saying, imagine all the things that you say and you don't truly have the feeling behind it. Imagine all the things you say. I want to be wealthy. I want to be successful. I want all my expenses to be paid in full. I want the career of my life. I want to do my passion. Imagine all these things that you say, but it has no feelings behind it. That's what I want y'all to understand. All the things you say without feeling behind it is not going into creation, because prayer is nothing but how you feel matched with your thoughts. Okay, so you can go out there and say all the things you want to, but you cannot allow what you say to contradict what you want to manifest this year. All right. So what y'all want to happen this year, right? Credit 800. That's all you say. You said you want a better credit. I got to get my credit up. It's down. Stop saying down. My credit is 750. My credit is 800. Man, I want to make some more money. I'm tired of being broke. Stop saying you tired of being broke, because every time you say it and you really feel it, that's what you keep recreating. What the word read mean? Let's go to read. You keep recreating, right? Everybody ever feel like their life was on repeat? Oh, y'all know what read means? Back at it. Back at it. Every time you repeat something that you don't want, you're back at it. Every time you repeat something you do not want, you are back at it. Y'all drop back at it on IG. Y'all drop back at it. Tim already got me. Back at it. I don't want this job. I'm tired of this job. You're repeating it over and over again. That's why you are back at it. right? How many of y'all would love to be back at your 750 credit score? Now, this is what I'm saying to you. It doesn't have to show up in the physical yet. What we are talking about can be strictly something you truly believe in. Understand it has to come from your mind first before it goes into the physical anyway. So understand your mind is in co-creation to the, listen, I ain't gonna go that deep. I ain't even gonna go that deep. All right. But understand that what you're saying is what you are repeating. I mean, what you repeat is what you're creating. That's what you're going back to. All right. So instead of saying, I'm tired of the job, just say, man, I love my new job. I want you to be on the old job saying, man, I love my new job. I want you to walk around saying, hey, man, I love my new job. They're like, what, bro? I love my new job. Because if you keep repeating, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be back at your new job. Man, I love this $1 million trading account. Bro, you just made your $200 deposit. How you talking about you love your $1 million trading account? Man, I love my $1 million trading account. Guess what, Moody? You're going to be back at it. One day you're going to look up back at it. I've been here. I'm talking about it for 12 months. Right? Right? I love my 2020 LS 460. I love that 460, man. I really love my car. Bro, what you talking about? You driving that old Ford, whatever. You driving something. That Ford Focus. You been driving that Ford Focus for since 2009. Talking about your LS 460. I'm so grateful, bro. I love my LS. Right? Guess what? 6 months down the road, back at it. I've been living here. I've been here. I've been saying that. Do y'all understand it? So I want you to never finish anything negative. I don't ever want you to talk about what you don't want. Do we agree? Somebody drop agree if you agree with me tonight. And it's going to take some practice. It's going to take you to hustle. But I don't want us to say anything we don't want. I won't care about nothing you don't want. I don't want to care how things are not going well. I don't want to hear that. I only want to hear what you want. So drop agree in the comments on IG, and let's drop agree in these comments on Zoom, because it is official. All right. Listen. So what is it that you want? If somebody starts asking me about what they don't want, I mean, listen. So I want y'all to do that too. Don't y'all let nobody come. Don't be the trash can. Don't be the trash can. Don't let people just come up in your house and start bumming it all on you, talking about what they don't want, how they don't appreciate things, how things are not going well. All you got to say is, all you got to do is change your suggestion. Once you start suggesting better things to yourself, once you start changing, they're going to start getting irritated with you because they don't want to hear all that positive stuff. Hey, some people don't even call me no more. They're like, bro, she ain't going to do nothing but be positive. Don't you want a better outcome? What you calling me for? Say no pity party. Somebody call you with a pity party and say, hey, bro, I did not get that invitation. Let me call you back. Somebody call you with a pity party. Bro, I got to return that invitation. I didn't get that invitation. Take that back. I don't want that. I don't want to be at that party. Right? You got to protect your space, because what you got to understand is other people can suggest things to you. Other people can suggest things to you. So suggesting is basically what you're saying and what you're feeling to yourself. But if you let somebody keep vomiting on you, man, I'm tired of, y'all ever had somebody call you about they boyfriend or girlfriend, and you are so irritated because they won't take your advice? They just keep doing me wrong. They won't do this. They won't do that. Bro, if you don't take my advice, please, if you're not going to take my advice, please stop calling my line. Please. Right? Pretty please. Send that invitation back. So you got to understand that not only what you're saying and what you're feeling is very, very important, but what people are saying to you, because what you begin to do, God saying that you are an energy force. When somebody call you with that mess, sometimes it gets you heated up. You start getting mad with them. Oh yeah, let's go get them. They did what? Let's go get them. And so that energy transfers over to you, and you're supposed to be protecting your peace. You don't let this old fat head person, right? You don't let this fat head person come up here and mess up your peace. You got to understand, you are attracting what it is that you're feeling. So you may not even notice, but you let somebody blow your line up and blow all this trash into your living room. You let them dump all their bad experiences into your mind. And so you walk away from the call having a bad feeling. You're like, man, I don't know why she keep dealing with her. I don't know why they keep dealing with her. I don't know why they. And so then you start pushing out this bad vibes and this bad energy, and you wonder why your car just went. Yeah, something just happened to you. You're like, man, what the heck? So now you begin to repeat. You begin to repeat exactly what it is that you want, right? So what do we learn tonight? Understand it's not necessarily what you're saying, it's how you're feeling. That is what you're attracting. For my builders, man, the business is the business that. That's why it's on repeat. RE means back at it, ladies and gentlemen. That's, oh goodness. I hope somebody just had a light bulb, right? You're talking about the things you don't want to happen in your business. You're talking about the things you don't want to happen in your trading account. You're only talking about the things you don't want to happen on your job and in your personal life. And you're wondering why you're back at it. Why does 2021 look like 2020 already? Because you already repeated what you did. You just back at it. You're back at it. So the minute you begin to change, that's why I had to stop walking. I had to stop. Listen, I've been doing these mindset calls for 2 years. I said, I got to stop looking like I'm home all the time. I could be home, but listen, I feel really, really wealthy right now, right? I feel like I can go walk anywhere and say, listen, my name is B. Burrell, what's going on? And somebody going to look at me like a dollar sign, right? Because I'm sending that energy out, Moody. I'm sending the energy out. So what do you look like? What does your net worth look like on tonight? You talking about you want to be a six-figure earner. You talking about you want to be a seven-figure earner. Do you even look like it? Because if you don't look like it, I'd be doggone, you probably won't even attract it because that energy is not even being sent out. You don't look new. You don't feel new, right? You want a better job, but you're talking about the job you hate. You want a better relationship, but you keep staying in a toxic situation. You want to buy these new things. You want these new things to manifest in your life, but you keep only talking about the old things. Nothing new can replace the old because you won't make room for it, right? So be aware. You have to replace those negative suggestions. You have to begin to reject. What does reject mean? You have to begin to reject all of the things that you don't want. Reject means dismiss, right? Dismiss. You got to begin to dismiss. Somebody's dropped dismiss in the chat box. Make sure we are dismissing the things that we do not want in our life, because I'm telling you, you're going to keep reading that, right? Dismiss. This is not for hype. This is not to make you feel good. I don't give a fish about you feeling motivated right now. Motivation is a distraction. Motivation is a distraction because motivation is temporary. Motivation means you need something on the external plane to make you feel better. Come on. Motivation means you need something on the outside to make you feel better. You need something to push you. You need something to pull you. How about you think about the inside? How about you think about your bank account? How about you think about the things you don't want, right? How about you think the things you want to put you into action, to pull you? See, if you need somebody to push you, that means oh, Jesus Christ. If you need somebody to push you, ladies and gentlemen, that means your success is dependent upon you being a handicap. Jesus Christ. If you need somebody to push you, your success is dependent upon you being a handicap, because you can't go anywhere if I am not pushing you. That's why people don't make it in the end. That's why people can't achieve things on their own, because they've been pushed around all their life. Their parents tell them when to get up. Their parents tell them when to get ready for school. Their parents tell them do this, that, and the other. But if you have the spirit of the pull, I can pull myself into my reality. I can pull myself into my belief. I can pull myself, right? Listen, are you being pushed or are you being pulled? Are you being pushed or are you being pulled? Because that's the question on tonight. Because if you've been pushed all around last year, you listen, you got some real strong reprogramming that's going to need to be developed. All right. Pull means to cause movement towards oneself. Pull means to cause movement towards one's self. Right? So what are you pulling towards you, ladies and gentlemen? Listen, I need y'all to catch this. Pulling means to cause movement towards oneself. You have the energy in you to pull everything towards you. But you get to determine what it is. So what do you want? Y'all drop in the chat box one thing that you want to be pulled towards you this year. What are you pulling at? Just what's one of those things? What is being pulled towards you this year? What is it? Mine is 8% a day. Mine is belief. Mine is awareness. Mine is feeling. What's one thing that you want being pulled towards you every single day? Because I just told y'all the word means to cause movement towards oneself. Come on. Right? So if you want those things to be pulled towards you, alignment, right? Get deeper. I want y'all to dig to the definition of all these words. Peace and power, that's surface. I need specifics. I need specifications. I need the blueprint, right? The power, what the lights on, what you want. I need to know. I need to know the specifications, right? So you want those things to pull towards you, but do you own? You ready to run these plays, bro? If I gotta keep calling up, if I gotta keep saying push, if I gotta keep pulling up with that wheelchair to keep pushing you into your vision, to keep pushing you to your drive, to keep pushing you to your wants, your likes, then I might be the one attracting what it is that you desire, because I'm the one showing up. Could you imagine? Listen. Could you imagine what you're trying to attract to you skips over you and go to the person that's been assisting you? Oh my goodness. Could you imagine what you're trying to attract skips over you and goes to the person that's been showing up on your behalf? Jesus Christ. Because their desire is so strong that they pull themselves out of bed to push you. Their desire is so strong that they pull themselves out of bed to push you. And we'll think we're walking in alignment with your vision for what it is that you want. And the blessings say, skip to my loo. skip to my loo. I didn't want you because you never wanted me. It's that simple. Some of y'all gonna go to bed talking about skip to my, right? But I want y'all to understand these principles. That's very, very, very important. Right. And then you get mad at them because they received the blessing that they were trying to put you in position to receive. But then God might have said, well, listen, you didn't earn it. You didn't deserve it. You never did pull it towards you because this person has been pulling this. Oh, I hate to be pulling on your coattail. I hate to be pulling on your faith. I hate to be pulling on these things because I want it for you. I want you to have these things. But maybe my desire was so strong that I created this energy source and it just dropped down in my lap. It dropped down my lap. Right? So you guys have to understand that. So when you say the thing, I'm gonna say it one more time because y'all gonna go out this call and still say it. The main things y'all have to understand is stop saying negative suggestion. That's why people don't have success. That's why people don't arrive to where they want to go, because they just literally subconsciously just say negative things all the time. I don't know how. I can't. It's not strong enough. It's not powerful enough. I don't know if I'm qualified. I don't know if I can do that. They don't love me. You don't love them, right? Nobody cares. It can get worse than this. I haven't had success. I haven't been winning. I don't know if I can get that job. I don't know if they love me. All of these things are just detrimental. It's dangerous to your success, because the worst part about it, not only are you saying it, you're literally feeling what it is that you're saying. It doesn't matter what you say, ladies and gentlemen. It matters what you feel. I'm going to keep saying this over and over again because so many people miss it, right? The books, the audios, the classes, it doesn't matter if you don't feel what you are studying. It doesn't matter if you don't feel what you are saying. You can quote all day. How do you feel though? That's what I'm going to start asking people. So, well, how do you feel though? How do you feel though? It's so important because if you want to win in 2021, you have to master your emotions. You have to master your emotion. God said, I will give you the desires of your heart. You feel with your heart, right? If somebody jumps out of the dark, you feel, ooh, you almost gave me a heart attack. That's what people say, right? Right? Somebody surprises you for your birthday. You almost gave me a heart attack. Right? You almost gave me a heart attack. Everything you feel comes here first. Do. You're not even controlling this. I love this in the book. You're not even controlling your breathing. You're not telling yourself to breathe right now. How do you not understand there's a bigger power than you? You didn't tell your eyes to see. You didn't tell your taste buds to taste. You didn't tell your hands to feel. You didn't tell your butt to poo. Yeah, I gotta make sure y'all paying attention. Did y'all ever think about that? You not telling your peaceful it is. Anybody got knowing that? The word co means to usually sit back and do less. Anybody got peace in that? Yes or no? Right? Can you hear me? All right? Any peace in that? Co-create. Right? So you mean to tell me I got to sit back and just believe and feel the right way and feel the right emotions and attract what it is that I desire from my life? That's what you're saying. Oh, let's go. Let's run these plays. Right? I have some friends and family that say, B, you got so much favor. And I thank God for that. But my belief is through the roof. Tragedy doesn't shake me. Why? Because I am the co in the creation. Right? Granted, yeah, I may feel sad. Those things are natural. But I know this too shall pass. What I tell y'all, ROT, you got to rot in God's spirit because he's always on time. He's right on time. But y'all get so in panic mode, he can't even show up. Sometimes y'all miss the blessing because you're too busy looking at the physical. You're too busy looking at the eye. You're too busy looking at the physical eye. Sometimes people miss the unseen because they're too busy unseeing the unseen. Uh-oh. Come on, B. Some people miss the unseen because they're too busy unseeing the unseen. Somebody gonna catch it later on. You might be 2-3 weeks. You might catch it in 6 months. All I got to say is you have to have peace in knowing that 2021 was already complete. And you felt in your heart with positive dominating thoughts, with constructive thoughts. All right? I don't give a flying fish where you are, who you are, your background, what you study, what you read, who you listen to, who your pastor is, who your mentor is. They can preach you down. If you don't get them cotton picking feelings intact, it don't matter. Right? I'm gonna give y'all this and I'm done. I heard somebody speaking at church and they started saying, a lot of people was depressed last year. A lot of people homes were damaged. A lot of people were affected. It started eating me up. I said, I cannot sit here and listen to this. Because it may have been a fact, Moody, that they are facing job losses. It may be a fact that they're facing health challenges. It may be a fact that their bank account was negative. It may be a fact. Come on, Jesus. But there's something called the truth. See, the truth changes the facts. The truth is the unseen. If you start believing in the truth and stop having faith in the facts, maybe you'll have a different type of life. Right? People don't know what they do. They sick, they in the hospital. Okay, you need to stop talking about it. You need to believe. Man, B, I don't know if I can get that job. I don't know if I can really, bruh, what are you saying? You don't have any faith. What's going on? Man, I don't know if I can really win this. I don't know if I can really do this. Then that's what's going to happen because you literally feel what you're speaking. Right? See, there's something called a flex. There's something called a flex. See, to flex means you're putting on. You don't really feel confident. You don't really feel secure. So you spend your entire 365 flexing and wondering why the 365 is not going to the next level because you never felt your flex. See, when you feel it, it's called simply confidence. And those who are confident begin to rise. Those who are confident begin to see new levels. Those who are confident begin to experience new things in their life because the energy sent out was, I declare this for my life. This is what I want. Nobody going to tell me no different. This is what I'm going to get. But those put on a bigger flex, they're so busy auditioning for the, oh, Jesus Christ. People who put on a flex are so busy trying to audition for the blessing instead of living from the blessing. No need for a flex when you understand the Creator. There's no need for a flex when you understand where your blessings come from. Man, I hope y'all caught that. I hope y'all caught that, right? But back to the pastor. So he was speaking all these things, Angela, and I was like, I can't keep hearing this. I couldn't. I had to literally exit the room until the sermon was complete because I have chosen what I accept and what I reject in my life. I have chosen what I accept and what I reject in my life. So I reject depression. I reject homelessness. I reject oppression. I reject these things because if we teach people to rise up in their belief and how they speak and how they feel, there will be no need for these band-aid situations. It would be no need for these metaphorical sermons. It would be no need for that. Again, participants with the enemy without the enemy giving any assistance. You have to understand at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, 21 was already done based off of how I was feeling. 21 was done based off of how you was feeling. How can you switch it up? You got to change your thoughts. You got to change your feelings. All right. So listen, the higher you go, the more you're going to, I can't hear this. You're just throwing up on me. I don't know if I can do this. I haven't been winning. I haven't been having success. And I just sit there and feel sorry for people because they don't get it. They still miss it. You're the co-freaking creator. You don't have to do nothing but do less and simply believe. Send it out to the universe. God is on his way and he chilling. All right, I'm on the way to this person. They believe, right? Because your faith is what God is attracted to. Your faith is how you're feeling and your thoughts. It's really what it boils down to. Never what you simply speak. There's a part two. The part two is how you feel. All right. So let's attack this year with belief. That's all you got to do. You don't have to exert yourself. You don't have to sweat, right? You don't have to let your wig slide off the back of your head. All you got to do is simply believe, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So this year has been an extraordinary year. I've been super grateful, just celebrating a lot of people's success. It was good seeing you hit your goals. It was good. Guys, I'm saying it's past tense. It was good seeing you hit your goals. It was good seeing you win. It was good paying those things in full. It was good seeing you had that weight loss. It was good seeing you had a 750 credit score. It was good seeing you hit that promotion. It was good seeing, y'all get what I'm saying? Live from the end in mind. It was good seeing you December 31st, 2021. All right. Peace and blessings to y'all. Be Burrell. All right. We in the building. All right. This is literally to teach you the power of your mind, ladies and gentlemen. I love y'all. We're here every Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Invite your family, invite your friends, because we all in. All right. Y'all be blessed. IG, peace and blessings to y'all. Hi, there we go. Why I got an X, not an N button? All right. So what's the hashtag tonight, y'all? I hope y'all got some value. I hope y'all got some increased awareness on tonight. What's the hashtag tonight? Right. Right, CC. Right. Another one too. Right. Pool was another one. Pool was the other one. Right, pool. Listen. You go to your chat, go to the general chat, your logo, your team chat, your Facebook, your Instagram, your Snap, your Twitter, your what other one called clubs, right? Email for all I care. But go hashtag. We got 3 strong hashtags tonight. We got co-create, we got pool, and we got rot. All right. Y'all choose. All right. But I'm excited. This year was amazing, y'all. Like, look at y'all. Look at you and your wealth. Dang, you look good. Let me see what my money folks at. Where my wealthy people inside and out. What my wealthy people at? Let me see your face. What's your money smell? Right? What's your wealthy smell? How you rub your hands when that withdrawal comes through? Rub your hands? What's your money hand rub? What we got? How you rub your hands when that withdrawal hit? Right? Let me see them hand rubs. How you rub your hands when withdrawal hit? Right? See, you're feeling good. Right? You're feeling good. Right? That's what it's about. Keep feeling good. It's the state I want y'all to. So that's it. I love y'all. Peace, blessings. Have a winning night. Let's get it.